In today's demonstration, I'm going to show you how to monitor an anesthetized rat utilizing the MouseOX Plus system. In order to get started, I'm going to monitor an anesthetized rat utilizing our foot sensor. Once I hit the Start Reset button, you'll see that my system is going to go through an optimization phase. After that optimization phase takes place, I will start to lock in measurements on my rat. While that is taking place, I would like to talk to you a little bit more about the sensors we're using. In today's demonstration, I am using a rat foot sensor. And the foot sensor for the rat is just clipping onto the rat's foot. You can see it right here. On one side it's red, and this is because we're using a light-based technology. So we're sending a red and an infrared light through the subject's foot, and that's how we're getting our measurements, okay? This is one sensor that you can use as an option. Another sensor that you can use is a collar sensor if the animal's on its stomach, and this is our collar sensor. So in order to use this, you would just put this around the rat's neck like so, and you could take a reading from the carotid artery. This sensor is the only sensor that you can use for conscious rats as well as anesthetized rats. So this is the collar sensor. Now, another sensor that looks similar to the collar sensor is the throat sensor. The throat sensor looks very similar, and it's just slightly different due to the placement of the light on the sensor. And this will go around the front of the throat if the animal is laying on its back. So this is the throat sensor. So we have the foot sensor, the throat sensor, and also the collar sensor. We also have an MRI-compatible sensor that I'm not showing here today that can be used on a rat's foot. And also, another sensor I'm not using today is the temperature sensor, which is an optional sensor that you can get to use with the MouseOX Plus system. So moving on to the software, you'll see this is our software interface. Currently, my system is telling me that my breath rate may be too low. So what I can do is turn up or turn the dial on the isoflurane vaporizer that I'm utilizing to make sure that my subject is anesthetized adequately. But for today's demonstration purposes, you can see what will happen if your subject may be anesthetized too deeply or have too low of a breath rate. These are all of the parameters that our system reports. More information about these parameters can be found on our website at starlifesciences.com. We do list our product user manual on our website, so you can see much more information about the system there. So these are the measurements that our system will report: our breath rate, the arterial oxygen saturation, the heart rate. Now, our system was developed from the ground up for use with rodents. So our heart rate is patented to work with heart rates from 450 to 900 beats per minute. However, we can read heart rates ranging anywhere from 90 to 900 beats per minute. We also have two other measurements that are unique to our system. One is for breath effort, and the other one will let you know how much blood is flowing through the sensor site at any given time. And this is useful to know how much blood is in the sensor site so that you have enough blood to make a measurement. As I mentioned before, we do have alarms that you can use with our system. You can set these alarms yourself. We also have rate compare alarms, which will let you know if your subject may be possibly anesthetized too lightly or too deeply. And we also have the ability to record data within our software. There are a variety of formats. One is a text format, which can be imported into Microsoft Excel. The other is a Windex format, which is a third-party software we include with our system. And this will give you a graphical representation of your data. You can record either 1, 5, or 15 data points per second. There's also another feature that's called the diagnostic window. And the way that this will work is the system can take anywhere between a 5 and 30-second measurement from your subject. And once that time has elapsed, the system will average those readouts together and report them as one data set. So you'll see right now I'm running a 10-second diagnostic. Once that's completed, my parameters will be over in this location in red and blue. You can also have this auto run for you. Every 5, 10, or 15 minutes, the system can take a reading anywhere from 5 to 30 seconds and average that together and report it into a file. So there are a variety of ways that you can monitor your subject. The other window to show you is our temperature window, and as I mentioned, this is an optional sensor that you can use. You can set this to Celsius or Fahrenheit. There are also alarms for the temperature as well. So that's an optional sensor and software component that I mentioned before. And if you have any other questions about the MouseOX Plus or would like us to show you it in more detail, please contact us via our website at starlifesciences.com. Thank you for seeing our demonstration.